Here is the top 25 rankings heading into season number 3 as we are the defending champs, as we're going to be ranked 1 in the nation. Of course, these rankings will absolutely change after week 1, but we have been doing very well. We won a bowl game in our first season as a rebuild dynasty team. Season number 2, we ended up coming back and having a decent season, and we was able to go all the way and win the championship. Now, heading into season 3, we are defending champions. Can we keep the dynasty team alive? Now, heading into our very first match of the season, we're playing Atlantic Coast Sharks, who is ranked 43 in the nation. Can we start off the season with a bang? Our defense last season was studs. We improved upon what we had from last season, gathered a couple more recruits, and of course, we got the number one top recruit in the nation, and that's going to be the center. And as well, with our last season top recruit is our outside linebacker. He is heading into his second year for this season. A lot of our first season players are now juniors and seniors, so we're going to be losing a lot of top players that we had over the past 2 years heading into our third season. Now, taking a look at the Sharks, they have an 84 team overall, 87 rating defense, and an 80 overall offense. As for us, we're even across the board. We boosted up in both areas, offense and defense, and as a team overall, we're 88 across. Kind of crazy that we was able to boost up, especially from last season with all the new recruits coming in. I think everything after having a balance between controlling and spectating up to this point, I feel confident that I have built and established a dominant dynasty team to now have a complete full season of seeing with all those improvements paying off and see how this team does throughout this third year. And we're going to be pretty much coaching and spectating throughout this entire season no matter what. So, let's go ahead and kick things off as we get first possession, got a great kickoff return, and a couple plays in, second 14, to see throughout this match our quarterback plays phenomenal. Compared to last season, he kind of struggled, but this season he got his composure. He got a little bit better players. Players have been improved, and you guys see it. I mean, check it out. We're going to connect with one of our receivers who has been dominant last season, and he makes a one-handed catch. Yes, people, we are finally seeing new animations, and of course, they got new catch animations. Now, we end up scoring the first possession of the game, the first points of the game, that is, and we start off with a great start to our third year. Now, how is our defense going to look heading into this season? Well, the very first play on defense, we cause a forced fumble, and look who picks it up. Our top recruit from last season is St. John. He ends up picking up the forced fumble, but we end up giving the ball right back as we throw a blind read right after that turnover. That is not a great start. So our quarterback still struggles to make correct reads, but he has tremendously improved, especially last season. And then seeing that first drop, I have a lot of confidence that he is going to bounce back from that interception. So, next possession for the Sharks. Now they have a better chance to get some points on the board. Can our defense hold once again? So we was able to get a little bit pressure, causing the quarterback to scramble, and we eventually hold them to a field goal, which they kicked a line drive and hitting the crossbar, so they end up missing. That's a great stop for our defense. Going back on offense as the second quarter kicks off. One play after picking up a big play through the ground, we're going to throw it deep to a new face on our receiver squad, and that is a top recruit that we was able to pick up over last season. And then seeing our superstar running back do what he does in his third year, as we end up scoring, our running back has won back-to-back 2 years in a row as a top running back award. Goes to show how dominant he is. As our special teams still struggle on extra points, we end up missing an extra point field goal attempt. And then, as we're closing in on the first half to come to a close, we're going to injure the Sharks starting string running back. And then the very next play, we're going to injure their starting quarterback. So this is a big game changer for us. And then 3rd and 10, they end up picking up this first down. But check it out. We end up causing, major injuries for the offense to struggle. And when you think they don't have it bad as it is, well, it gets worse because we also injure their backup quarterback all in the same possession. Isn't that crazy? So we have a chance to put up some more points on the board before the first half comes to end, and we connect with number 90, who makes a big play pickup. Then we connect to our superstar running back, who makes a superstar play and gets us into the end zone right before the first half finishes. I mean, these two players that we improved over the past 2 seasons heading into the third year, I mean, they are the best duo players I have ever witnessed. As we connect for a 2-point conversion, now starting out the second half, the Sharks get first possession. What can the third string quarterback do? Now we come to find out that he is a scrambling quarterback, so we have to try to contain him as 3rd and 2. Our defense clamps up on the first possession, makes them go 4-and-out. We get the ball, and check it out. Our quarterback is going to have a big play pickup, and then the very next play, the defense starts to step up for the Sharks, and they get back-to-back sacks. So now it's 3rd and long. And once again, they get pressure, and we get sacked once again, which they force us for the first time going 4-and-out. Then back to the Sharks. What do they have to offer with their backup running back picking up a first down pickup play and having the third string quarterback come into the game? What can he do for this offense as he uses his legs to pick up a big play? And this is a dangerous thing that we struggle on, is trying to contain the quarterback, as we do pretty well right here, getting pressure, getting a sack, which we end up locking them up and causing a 4-and-out. Then back on the offense, and look at our blocking downfield and a big play pickup. Our superstar running back, I thought he was going to take it to the crib right there. And we continue to feed him, and he's just making plays. I mean, look at him. This is probably the best improvement player I have seen with him and our quarterback. I mean, the best decision making to help this team dominate. So we end up doing pretty well during this drive. We're making right reads, great balance between run and passing, and you guys are seeing the defending champs do what they do as we get downfield and we punch it in to seal this game pretty much. And now to see all the improvements that we've done the past 2 years to pay off, especially last season winning the championship, and to see how we start off the season with a bang, I mean, it feels great to witness how dominant we made this team. As we start off this season with a shutout, I mean, that's what you want to see from the defending champs. And there you guys have it. A new dynasty begins, and hopefully I can keep this team dominating for years to come. We're about to find out, especially throughout the season, because there's no controlment. We're just going to be watching, witnessing greatness from all, the improvements and hard work that I put into this team. As we take a look at the recap throughout week number 1, few upsets then and there, and shockingly, we are seeing the downfall of the Generals as we end up playing them first last season in the first round of the playoffs, blew them out as they made their way back just to get to that point to get blown out. As for those that don't know, that team was the first team to go completely undefeated in the first season and win it all. And to see them pretty much having a downfall, it's great to witness. But you're seeing some new faces make their way up the leaderboards, and some same teams that are kind of, balancing their way between being top and just up there. As we see the Detroit State Rams, they end up losing their first week by 1 point, which is kind of crazy because first season, second season, we've seen that the running back has been dominant. And then back to the Jackals, they dominate. They have been on and off. They dominate like partial of the season, then they slack off. To see that team kind of, make their bounce back is crazy. And then right here, the Pharaohs and Cats. Cats gets a huge victory over the Pharaohs, and Pharaohs has been known to be a very dominant team over the past 2 seasons. And check out the new rankings. Jackals have made it to rank number 2. As those that don't know, we faced them in our first season in a bowl match and we beat them. So to see them make their way back up, it's kind of crazy to witness. Like, this series has been absolutely mind blowing. So, with that being said, what are your guys' expectations for our team heading into this season as the defending champs? I think we're going to be doing pretty solid and probably make it all the way once again. Now, I continue to put our XP that we earn from this match into the coaching skills tree, and you guys see what we maxed out the core and the recruiting aspect, because I believe to get this done early is going to make things easier, especially heading into our third season. You know, a bunch of players that we improve is now in the third year as a junior or so, and then the previous players that we had juniors now seniors. We're going to be losing a lot of players, so I want to make sure recruiting is maxed out to make things easier, as we're going to get top recruits. That way, when we come to improving those players, it's going to be easier. And then I want to get the core, which we basically maxed out already, which is, you know, the speed, strength, all the key ratings that is going to make it easier based off XP to spend towards these ratings to boost up much more easier and quicker than before. So I'm glad that we max out the two major ones and then slowly we start to improve the other categories. But, you know, the way I've done everything, I think it's all lining up to make this team really great. Now, I just want to let you guys know that I am working on making new uniforms for this team. So we're going to have a little bit of change of scenery. And then also, once we get our budget up a little bit more, we're going to eventually have a new stadium possibly by next season. So, doing all this stuff early is a great start to making greatness and keep that greatness remaining at the top level. So, I think I'm going in the right direction about how to do all this stuff correctly. And my decisions done early on, especially improving players, really helped out, paved the way to getting to this point to start making these decisions. And I think everything is just lining up correctly. And you guys are witnessing greatness. I mean, you guys have seen the past two seasons leading up to this season has been phenomenal. Anyways, guys, let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. And what do you guys expect to witness throughout the season? Make your suggested guesses down below. Until next time, I'll see you guys later, and I'm out. Peace.